Alright, so for this first video, we are going to be looking at some of the basic things that you'll need in order to start your website with Weebly. The first few things you're going to want to grab are going to be, I'll go to my old site first here and let you take a look at what all I've got up here. It's going to get changed, so bear with me. You're going to want any kind of certifications or degrees. Right now I'm working on my bachelor's degree in computer science, so I don't have that yet. It sometimes takes a while for it to load. Let's go ahead and expand this out a little bit. There we go. All right. Now, what you're going to want is, if you notice over here, this is the list of pages. So you're going to want to go and, like I said, this is going to be all changed around. But any kind of certifications you have, here's 3 of them. Actually 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then my Microsoft Office, Adobe, customer service. I have some FEMA, the FDIC Money Smart certifications, the ACT work keys. I do actually have some others that I do need to get up there, but for right now, any kind of certifications, awards, achievements you've gotten in the past, then you're going to want to grab any kind of projects you've done. For example, I did a career goals presentation a very long time ago, did a die roller in Python that gives you a bunch of options. I did one in Ruby even longer ago, and yeah. I've designed my own business card. This is actually a more simplified one. The one that I prefer is not that one. I've done 2 different logos for myself. One with the Phoenix, and then this one here, which you can see on my business card. But any kind of projects that you've done, and even if it's something that's not related to any kind of training you've had or any kind of work that you've done, you'll probably want to put these up there, especially if they're any good, because you never know who's going to see your website and going to think, well, you know what, we're looking for this, but honestly, we may have a better job for you somewhere else. Let's see. Another few things you're going to want is a picture of yourself, any videos you may have. One of the ones that I will probably later on do a video explaining it is 7-second interview, maybe a video resume, and possibly something along the lines of a what to expect video. A what to expect video would be something that would basically present your website in, maybe a minute or 2, maybe 3, just giving a little bit of information about what people can expect to find in your website for your ePortfolio. There's other things that you may want in your website, but for right now, we'll focus on those few things. So go ahead and add a new page here, right there. We'll just call it what you need. I'm going to hide this in the navigation. Even if you do make your way to my website, you won't find it there. And then I'll click the done. Go ahead and just so you have a little bit of a basic idea. So you need any kind of portfolio items, and I'll explain those in a minute. So certifications, degrees, your high school diploma even would be a good thing to put in here. GED if you have that. Your resume, is another one that I didn't even think to mention here. It's one of the main things for this. Some people have multiple resumes for different types of jobs. Any awards, awards and achievements. Like I said, any good projects, any projects that show that you are, show your talents and skills, that show aspects about you that you would like any potential employers to know about you. So like that you're hardworking, that you can stick from beginning to end to a project, stuff like that. Oops. A a professional looking picture of you. Videos, we'll just leave that as videos. There's several different types of videos that you could put up here, such as the video resume, the 7-second interview, and a what to expect video. And there may be other things that you would want in your ePortfolio. And moving on, I'm going to show you. Sorry, you'll have to bear with me for one moment. And then you're going to want to think about what types of things you're going to want in these 4 pages. There are 4 page types. We'll go back over here. You have your home page or your about me page. So about myself, my picture, a couple of videos. I have a frequently asked questions. I use some of the more common interview questions for this. So, what do you see as your strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? How do you handle a job or situation that is stressful? What does success mean to you? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? You can use those, or you can choose to use something else. The 4 types of pages you're going to want are going to be your home page, which is your about me page, your resume page. You notice here I have a graphic resume. This is what a graphic resume kind of looks like. There's all sorts of different types of them. Basically, it shows the things in your resume without showing the things in your resume. For example, down here is where I have my schooling. This is the time periods between my children. I don't have that marked. And these are the various jobs that I've had that are actually on my resume. These are my skills. These are things that I enjoy doing, or things that I enjoy. Cooking, music, a computer chip. I like working with my hands, so tools. I like games, especially games that require strategy. I like reading. These are all skills that I have in Microsoft Office. These are computer languages that I'm learning. Note I didn't say programming languages because a couple of these are not actually programming languages. This is HTML5, and I'm learning HTML, but it's not a programming language. These are the Adobe softwares that I've been certified in. And then these are other skills that I have: communication, leadership, conflict resolution, computer service, and I have a little bit of Spanish. This is my creative process. And then this is some information on how to contact me. And of course, an introductory paragraph, and this is my initials and my name. But the graphic resume, but you'll want any kind of resumes that you have, get copies of those so that you can put them in your ePortfolio. And we'll discuss how to do that later on, because there's a few different things that you need to understand about how Weebly works. But for right now, just gather them up and get them put together. You'll want you'll want at least 1 portfolio page. This should actually be right there. And this shouldn't be a portfolio itself. This should be, I should actually have a second portfolio. I'll go ahead and put this back here for now. But your portfolio there are 3 different types of portfolio pages. They should all fall under the heading of portfolios, which I didn't quite understand when I was first making this site. So we'll go ahead and leave this one as is, and I'll make my new one later on. But the 3 different types of portfolio pages are your portfolio projects that you've done. So That would be what would normally be considered a portfolio, which would be the work you've done: website design and building, office software, programs that I've written, graphic design items. That's the projects I've done. Now, another portfolio that you can have is your certifications, which is why I said you want to gather those up as well. So, any certifications you have, and I'll show you how to make them a little bit more organized. You can have multiple pages under this, or you can organize them into, like I did with these, I organized them into slideshows. You can also organize them into galleries, which are really cute too. A third type of portfolio you may want to have, in which I need to get started on as well, is an achievements portfolio. At this point, I have a few achievements now that I didn't have before when I was first making this. So I do have to go back and add those in here and add a new page. But before I do that, I'm just going to remake my whole website anyway. Then the third type of page that you're going to need to have, fourth type. So we've gone over the home page, the resume page, the portfolio pages, and then you're going to want your contact page. Your contact page, in mine, I have my logo, my main logo, the one I prefer. The other one is more of one for things like headings and stationery and stuff like that. You should have your email address, any comment box. This one doesn't have a whole lot of contact information because I didn't have a whole lot of steady contact information when I first made this. But like a phone number, these people who are coming to your ePortfolio are looking to hire you. You want them to have the information to be able to get a hold of you: phone number, address, email, even a contact box, which is what this is right here. So they can put in their first name, first and last name, email address, comment. You can actually change the comment boxes so that you have different fields in there, so that you can have them put their company name. You can have them put other information in there that if you want or need to know more about them. Those are the four main page types: home, resume, portfolio, and contact. Another thing you're going to want to think about is some sort of theme, especially a color scheme, that will make sense for the types of jobs you're looking for. So with mine, I probably should have gone with these three colors, or go back to my contact page and show the other one. Or I should have gone with something along the lines of this, those four colors. 3 to 4 colors is, well, 3 to 6 colors, usually 3 or 4 is the best. Using black and white really isn't usually considered a color scheme, but go ahead and put on here the 12 colors to consider for a color scheme. And these 12 colors are your 6 basic colors: red, orange, sorry about that, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Then there are 6 other colors that you want to consider: white, black, gray, brown, pink, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, and indigo. Indigo is a weird color, and if you ever actually listened when they do the colors of the rainbow, the colors of the rainbow include indigo, whether it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, or purple is considered violet, whether it's Reggie BIP or Reggie Biv, there's an I in there, and that stands for indigo. It's a weird color. It's kind of how pink is red plus white, but it's almost consistently considered its own color. Indigo is the same. Indigo is basically blue with a whole slew of black in there. It's a really super dark blue leading into almost a purple, really dark purple. but it's not quite either one. So you want to keep those 12 colors in mind when you're doing your portfolio, and think of what colors you want. You will want to do a background picture. So let's go to the home page. Your background picture is going to be this, okay? It's not going to be this specific picture, but this is where it's going to be in most of the themes. Now, you're going to want to think of what you're going to want your theme to look like. Are you going to want the little hamburger up here, which brings out the menu? Or in some of them, it has the menu like right across here, right across here. Some of them it has the menu at the very bottom of the screen. Some of them it has the menu coming down the side, all written out so that you're not clicking on this to find the menu. You actually have that list right there, right down through here, or across the top, somewhere in this space. You want to think about how you want your title to look. You're going to want to think about how you want the web page to look in terms of where you want things to be. Do you want your background and your titling and everything to be here? Do you want it to take up this whole half of the screen and then this half be the information? There are several different themes that you can choose from. So give yourself some time to think about that kind of thing as well. And I know this hasn't been a whole lot to do with actually making the ePortfolio, and I'm terribly sorry about that. But I think it's important to gather all that stuff before you start making changes to your website. That way you can get a better idea of where you want things to go. But for now, we are done with this video. In the next one, we're going to be signing up for a Weebly account. We are going to be picking your theme, your background images and colors, and doing a few little minor things over in this area here, and showing you how to move things around. The very, very most basic things that you'll need to understand it in order to make your web page. All right. I will see you in the next video.